Hi guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to do statistical graphs on a calculator. So for today you're just going to watch the video, take notes, and then send me your notes through Remind or email. Doing this lesson without the calculator is going to be tough. So I know some of you don't have access to getting apps on your phone and all of that. So that's why I just want you to take down the notes to get your credit for your homework. But if you do have a cell phone handy, these two apps are great. They work just like the calculators we used in class. The first one is Calculate 84 for the iPhone. It's kind of like pinkish. And then the other one is WebEmu. Not sure how to say that, but that one is for the Android, and there's some type of bunny with that. And both of these apps are free and very easy to use. So I would take this time to pause the video and try to get access to either of these apps if you can. Alright, so our whole goal today is to create statistical graphs on the calculator. We're not going to focus on box and whisker plots. We're going to focus more on just scatter plots today. But with the calculators, you can create a ton of different types of graphs. Here they are down here. But for now, I just want you to copy down these steps 1 through 4 because that's what we're going to need to make a scatter plot. So go ahead and pause the video and copy down those steps. Alright, now here we're just going to get into one example. Alright, so first things first, we need to enter in our data to the two lists on our calculator. And we're going to be using the data down here that's pink and blue. Now to enter this in, you just need to go to Stat, and the first option is Edit, so we're just going to click Enter. And now we can just type everything in. So list 1 is going to correspond with our X values, and then list 2 is going to correspond to the Y values. So first up, we're going to have 2, 5, 6, and 9, 13, 15, 21. That's it for the X. Now I just arrow to the right and we're going to plug in the values for the Y's. Now when you're doing this, you want to make sure that all of the points are accurate. 2, 8 is 2, 8 on my table. Yes, 2, 8 is there. 5, 11 is there. If one of these is off, like one list has more than the other, then it's not going to work for our scatter plot because the scatter plot needs coordinates x comma y. And if you have one thing here and not here, you have nothing comma y, and that is no good. So it will give you an error message if you don't have these matching up here. All right, now that that is in our calculator, now we need to see the scatter plot. So we're going to go to second y equals. Because we can't just hit graph, it's not just going to work like that by hitting graph, so you got to go second y equals. We're going to go to our stat plots. We're going to click on number 1, hit enter. Then off is highlighted and on is blinking, so you want to click enter on. This first option is a scatter plot, so we do want that, so that's fine. X and Y should be list 1 and list 2 because that's what we used for our X and our Y from our table. And this is going to show that each point is a little O. If you wanted the point to look like a plus sign, you could change it. And here my calculator has the option for color, so we'll just leave it at blue. And now we're close, we cannot hit graph, we have to go to zoom because we're going to zoom into the first quadrant here. And we're going to go to number 9 because that's Zoom stat, and we're dealing with the statistics in our calculator, meaning our list 1 and list 2, so you have to go to Zoom 9. So you can either click 9 or arrow down to number 9 and hit enter, whatever is faster for you. And there is our scatter plot. So all of these points here correspond to all of the points in this table. All right, so I'm just going to take this graph, I'm going to put it on the paper to make it easier. Maybe I'll put it up here. All right, so this point here, this little dot, is 2 because you go over 2 and up 8. So that corresponds to this point right here. But let's get into the questions. Does this appear to be linear? Well, a linear equation or function makes a straight line. So do these points look like they're going in a straight line? Yes, they closely resemble a line. Now, is there a positive, negative, or no correlation going on here? Positive means we have a positive slope, negative, negative slope. No correlation means the points are all over the place, like random, like as if you just took all the points and threw them on the graph. So here it's positive because the points display that positive slope. Okay, here's another example. So if you did get the app for the calculator, take this time to try this one on your own and pause the video, and then I'm gonna show you the graph that I got, and then you could just write down the questions too. So when you send me the notes, I want to see you answering these 2 questions. And right now you're trying this on your own, but I'm going to do it also so you could just check your work. And when you go to your lists here, you're going to have stuff in there. So I'm just going to recap on how to erase that stuff. So you could just go up to the L1 and highlight that, press clear, and then enter, and the whole entire list will go away. So that should help get you started, and then after that it's the same steps. Alright, so hopefully you had some time to do this on your own. Check your graph with mine. This is what mine looks like. Now ask yourself, does this look linear, and is this positive, negative, or no correlation? Now in the other lessons we talked about creating a line of best fit, and you just drew it on wherever you thought was the best spot. Now with the calculator, it can actually calculate a specific line of best fit. So copy down these steps 1 through 5, and I'm going to show you how to put on that line using the calculator. Alright, so since I have the data from the last question already stored in my calculator, we're going to put on the line for that graph right there. So you're going to have a line that, should look something like that, but let's have the calculator be super accurate and do it for us. All right, so step 1, we're going to go to stat calc. So stat, we have to go over to the right, and then we need number 4, lin reg. That stands for linear regression, which is just another name for line of best fit. Now we have to have our X list say list 1 because that's what we used for all of the X variables. And then Y is list 2, so L2. Say this got erased on accident or it just wasn't there. If you look above number 1 in blue, it's L1. So you would need to press second because it's blue and then number 1, and it will give you back that list 1. But we need this frequency list to be blank, and this is what B says, store regression equation. So right here, you need to have it blinking. Then you're going to press this vars Vars stands for variables, so we're going to hit that. Then we need to go to y variables, which is y vars. Go to the right. Then number 1, we want that, so we're going to hit enter. So now that we have this up here, let's write out the equation. Find the linear regression equation. So we have it already. Now we know the equation is y equals mx plus b. This one is just ax plus b for no reason. It's not important really. You just need to know that a is your slope. So this a is going to be, let's round to the nearest tenth. So negative 9.3, and then plus b is going to be 187.2. Alrighty, so there is our equation for that line of best fit. So it's no longer just made up and you just drew it on the graph. This is the actual specific line of best fit. And we can also show it on the graph too, which is super cool. So all you need to do is press zoom 9. And voila, there it is, the perfect line of best fit. All right, so if you could just draw that in on your notes, and we can label the blue line with this equation there. Alrighty, for this last part, you're going to do this one on your own. It's just like the last notes. So here are all the R values, which are the correlations. I wrote down what they mean, and you just need to match these numeric values up with each type of graph. Alright, so that wraps it up for this video. All you need to do, take the notes and send them to me. Have a great day.